All right, even though it's the off-season, there's still plenty going on in the NRL. As we touched on earlier, obviously the big news is the announcement about PNG getting a side in the NRL from 2028. We're going to be trying to talk to Marcus Bai, but we're just having a little bit of trouble locating him at the moment. So stand by. We're hoping to get him on the line for that.
Politics and football, rugby league, together, joined.
You know what I call this? Rugby league diplomacy.
Oh, yeah, there's a bit of that, isn't there?
It's about time.
You know how in standard politics all around the world, one side says something and then regardless of what the other side says, they can usually go with the opposite. They don't concur. They'll go, nah. So can you see Peter Dutton pitching the Beijing Broncos? Or
Mate, Peter Dutton is he's a Queenslander.
Is he?
What do you think of him? He's a Queenslander, and there's no way he's knocking back another NRL franchise. That's what I've heard a few people speculate. Is this bipartisan? This is bipartisan as it gets, because you know what's bipartisan?
Yeah.
Rugby league.
Yeah. What are they going to be called?
This is a question. I was fascinated because there's been obviously rumours of this for a while, and when I was over there during the year, I was just chatting to a few of the locals about their enthusiasm for it, because they all love rugby league. Like it's 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 the national sport, but I didn't realise the level of appreciation they had for it. Where like they know it inside and out. They remember faces. They remember, and they want to talk rugby league. And I was talking about the prospect of that, and I suggested, is it going to be the Hunters? Because obviously you got the PNG Hunters in the Queensland Cup.
Yep.
They were all like, no, that's not a great name. We'll go for something else. So I'm not sure what the name will be, but my understanding was that locals on the ground weren't massive on the Hunters as a name for their NRL side.
Friend of the show could tie in well here with the PNG Penny Wongs.
Yes.
Penny Wong always on the left wing of the Wacky Team Wednesday.
Yeah.
So maybe, and it's the government's team.
You know what? She is foreign minister, so she's had a hand in this.
She has, yeah.
Maybe, because we're talking about coach. Who should be the coach? Maybe Penny Wong.
Maybe Penny, yeah.
Right.
Oh, she's had a lot of experience in the Wacky team.
Yeah.
She's been... 4 years worth of... she's the first name on the ballot every single week.
Yeah, she's first picked.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, interesting. And, look, PNG have been improving as a rugby league force for quite a while. Their under-19s recently had a draw with the Australian under-19s, which is huge. The Queensland Cup team's been flying. In the NRL, we've seen players rising through, and Adrian Lamb coaching in the Super League. Of course, his son, Nene McDonald, a whole bunch of great players. So it's exciting throwing it out there.
What do you think of the Nathan Cleary, Mary Fowler rumour?
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
This was a conspiracy theory I think Sports Day tried to start last night.
Okay.
This is like, look, I like archery, but even for me, that's a long bow.
Mary Fowler is, of course, got PNG heritage herself.
Oh, yeah, right.
Partner of Nathan Cleary. Shoot for the stars, you might get the moon. But,
don't mind that. Yeah, well, and another coach that always gets thrown up for these things is Wayne Bennett. Wayne Bennett's one of those coaches that gets linked to various clubs, the startups. He started up the Dolphins. He's back trying to start up South again.
Yes.
And on that note, I actually live just around the corner from where Wayne Bennett lives. I recently, I'm following him to his house or anything like that. I just happened to be driving past and saw Wayne unlocking the door. He was either living there or he was breaking and entering. I'm going to say the fact that I think that's where he lives. What was interesting about where Wayne Bennett lives,
I was going to say he's really got in with the South culture if he's breaking and entering, hasn't he? What? Talking about a guy who buys in.
Oh yeah, he's right into it. So out on the nature strip, it's just cluttered with junk. So he's doing
hard rubbish.
He's throwing out stuff. It was piled up, loads of stuff. Like Lockie Ilias was out on the nature strip. Damien Cook was out there as well, and that English fellow.
Shane Flanagan has the radar up for NRL hard rubbish.
That's right. Yeah, the guy doesn't know his name. He was out there too. But I'd love for listeners to text in. Send us a text in.
Yeah. What's in Wayne's hard rubbish?
Yeah. What do you think's in Wayne's hard rubbish?
Well, who's picking through it?
Yeah. Yeah. Who's up there?
Because Shane Flanagan's picked through it a bit already. Who else is going to be picking through Wayne's hard rubbish?
Yeah.
In some other news, Xavier Savage has re-signed with the Raiders. This is thanks to the Raiders website. They've confirmed the re-signing of Xavier Savage will remain at the club until the end of the 2027 season. That's a 2-year extension where he looks to build on his impressive start to his NRL career. Good good re-signing, you think, Philpy?
He's a sensational player, yeah. Look, it'll be interesting to see how long he remains on the left wing. Is he a left winger or a right winger? He's one of the wingers.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously started his first grade career as a fullback.
So there's the right side and the Wong side, the Penny Wong side.
That's right. Yeah. I'd love to see him at fullback. Of course, they have plenty of fullback stock. Young Chevy Stewart. About to say Chevy Chase, Chevy Stewart coming through, who played under 19s New South Wales State of Origin, excelled, had a bit of a taste of first grade. He's on the borderline to making first grade this year, so it'd be interesting to see.
Where do you see the Raiders in the next year, the 2025 season? Because I mean,
in Canberra, I think.
Yeah. down at the old Bruce Stadium there,
They'll be
GIO.
down there, yeah. I think that's where they'll stay. I don't think they won't be
No, but where do you see them on the table, mate? How do you see them?
Well, aren't they the team that everyone likes to say, I think the Raiders will be the team that goes down this year? That seems to be, I think they were everyone's team for this current season. Obviously, Canberra Raiders fans aren't speaking for that. But what I really like, firstly, the way they've gone about their recruitment in terms of they've decided they don't have any local juniors and they've decided to buy everyone else's. So Ricky's basically bought a whole bunch of young 19-year-old kids. He bought Miles Martin from the Newcastle Knights, who played under 20s State of Origin, under 19 State of Origin. Was rumoured to be one of the big juniors coming through the Newcastle system. He's bought Ethan Sanders from Parramatta, and of course you've got Ethan Strange there already. And he's built this kind of under 19s New South Wales team of kids coming through. And Ricky always gets them to buy in, doesn't he? Like. Maybe he just picks a plastic chair up. Looks like he's going to throw it. But I think Canberra are competitive. I don't know if they make the 8 or not, but I think they're competitive.
Thanks to our good friends over at Sportsbet, what's gambling really costing you? The favourites for the wooden spoon, St. George Illawarra.
Oh, wow.
$5.50. Second favourites, $6, the Canberra Raiders.
Really?
Yeah.
Dragon 7th and your Knights $7.50.
Where are Souths? Because I think they're special.
Souths are $23. They are one of the favourites to make the top 8.
Yeah, because it was funny about Wayne's Junk. I never saw there was wooden spoons. Yeah, Wayne's Junk. Sorry.
Right.
In Wayne's Hard Rubbish, Lundy says there's a map of Newcastle there and Nathan Brown's address.
Oh, yeah.
And Samir's going the similar line. He's saying Nathan Tinkler. That's soft hard rubbish, though, isn't it, Nathan Tinkler?
Well, the council workers aren't picking that up.
That's a two-man list.
You need about 7 of them, yeah.
All right. And Ryan Pappenhausen has extended his stay in Melbourne. He has signed a 1-year contract extension that will keep him in Melbourne till the end of the 2026 season. Now, I heard a bit of speculation on SEN earlier today in relation to apparently at the Roosters, there's a conspiracy theory going on that they're
This turned into Joe Rogan, this show.
Well, it was actually, I was listening to the B team this morning, and they were talking about who they're making a play for, and they threw up a theory that maybe that Pappenhausen's only signed for a year there because that will make him available to go to the Roosters in the future. The Roosters are going to be targeting him. I heard they also threw up a similar one. This is going to upset you.
I've heard this one. That's what I was about to say. Is it a Kalen Ponga?
It's a Kalen Ponga.
Kalen Ponga to the Roosters is a long rumour. It's been going for a while. Kalen has a Newcastle girlfriend. So, look, I think
now.
She seems settled. They seem settled. And I think that's where it's staying, mate. So shut up.
Yeah, well, on more bad news for the Knights, Jonah Pezet
let's not talk about
the
this
Knights
one. Yeah,
to stay at the Melbourne Storm. This is, according to Michael Carianis, he's inked a long-term deal to stay at the Storm, but comes with a strict clause that could allow him to exit the club should Jerome Hughes extend his time in Melbourne. Pezet was heavily chased by Newcastle. We all know that the great Kalen Ponga wined and dined him.
Took him out for dinner. Yeah, we spoke to Matty Croker on the Mowers Club, and he told us a couple of venues that potentially took him. One of them wasn't the Delaney Hotel, but. Yeah, look, that's disappointing. I had Jonah Pezet rescuing the Knights, where a couple of the Knights have made the finals the last couple of seasons. Just to play a short somewhere, is it Jonah Pezet? I don't know, but why don't we get another halfback? We've only got 19 of them. We may as well get a couple more.
Why not?
Yeah, that's right.
Why not? Jonah Pezet. Like, if you're not won over by a candlelit dinner with Kalen Ponga, mate, we were never getting you.
No, that's right. I did have Adam Elliott in a private text message say to me, Why are we taking him out for dinner?
Private text message, mate.
Hold. There we are.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. That was a Bruce.
Yeah, massive Bruce.
Yeah, say to me, right, that did sound bad now I think about it. He goes,
In
why
a
are we
private
taking
text message?
Yeah, he goes, why are we taking blokes out for dinner? Like, why aren't we going out? Like, anyway, I won't repeat the rest of it. But
You thought we were just talking in the pub, then,
that's
didn't
right,
you?
I did. Yeah,
Got you on air.
So yeah, that's disappointing. Obviously not disappointing for Melbourne, but so Jonah Pezet will play Queensland Cup now, predominantly until he works out that Jerome Hughes is not leaving, and then he'll come to the Knights. Is that what's happening? Do you think?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's think about this, tourist, because so currently, who are the halves? Jerome and Cameron Munster.
Yeah.
Right. Who comes in next after that? Tyrone Wishart.
Yes.
Yeah. So where's Jonah Pezet down the line? He's
fourth.
Yeah.
You have to. There's always the Storm injury tax.
Yes.
There seems to be somebody in that side that will need to be replaced every single year. But Munster's not the healthiest. When's the last time Munster completed a full season of NRL?
Yeah, fair enough.
That's one thing. But yeah, I get your point. Pezet is kind of down on the team sheet.
Down the pecking order. Now, going back to this Roosters thing, so that all came off the back, the guys were talking this morning, it came off the back of the fact that James Tedesco's only really signed a 1-year extension. So I think that gets him to the end of 2026.
Yep.
So, and that's where the
rumours
and the machinations. Do we think at this point, like, you know how some clubs have an aura about them that, that they're playing 4D chess and everyone else is just playing normal chess?
You're talking about the Tigers?
Yeah, the Tigers. Maybe they're playing too much chess. Maybe they need to get back to footy training. But like, do we think there's anything in this? Because everyone's like, the rumours coming from the fact that, well, they can't just be, just testing the market. They can't be just doing this. There has to be some bigger agenda they're going up. There has to be some big target as they're putting chess pieces in place. Yeah. Do we think that's now just the aura they've built up, or do you think there's something to that?
Oh, well, they've done it before, right? So it's that thing of, we all know what they're doing. Because then there's been two sides. I keep hearing this. People go, which team do you think is going to struggle next year? And I have heard a lot of people say, the Roosters, they've lost a lot of players. Who have they got? So therefore, maybe they are conspiring to get further. When does Reece Robson go? Not next year, it's the year after? Do we know?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
year after.
So
2026.
This is I've got to be honest, this is the big downside to signing guys 12 months out, is it's too much maths for broadcasters.
Yeah.
I never know what year I'm talking about that guys are going to wear.
I've been calling next season this season for quite a while. I don't know if you've been doing that one, but I'm like, this season? You go, no, you already played, mate.
Mate. As soon as the grand final finishes, next season's this season as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, we might head to tourist. What do we got?
Oh,
breaking news. Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
This is exciting. And you okay, so this is some Manly news.
Bases switch to halves with Cherry-Evans' future in doubt. Daly Cherry-Evans has backflipped, and he never backflips.
He would never do that.
His decision to play in 2026, telling Manly he wants to see how the season unfolds before committing to what would be his 16th season. I'm not reading of his glittering NRL career, just his 16th season. Decision comes as Manly draw up potential succession plan that would see fullback Tom Trbojevic move into the halves.
Wow.
When the premiership-winning halfback hangs up the boots. Last month, Cherry-Evans told Sea Eagles he wanted to play beyond the end of his 2025 contract, but a meeting to decide his future on Thursday said he'd had a change of heart and wanted to leave his options open. Gold Coast Titans, are they sniffing? Is this what I'm hearing?
Gold Coast Titans?
I think he's finally going there. After all these years. You know what?
For his last year.
Some unfinished business.
Wow. That'd be them. They need more halves.
Well,
as
Dez is up there now.
Yeah. Look, that's huge. What happened at the meeting for him to change his mind? That's breaking news, tourist.
That is breaking news.
Well, I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 10 minutes ago, Michael Shamus. We've got a very sad Sam, the Browers in the background here. Manly fan who's very upset.
Not happy, Sam?
The sack.
He's giving the big.
He's a broken man, he says.
Big head shakes in there. Let us know if you think that's a good move. Tom Trbojevic to the halves. Has he played in the halves at any point in his career? I don't think Yeah,
That's a head
no,
shake no
big
from
head
Sammy.
shake no from Sammy.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because weren't they moving him from fullback this season to the centres so he could have less workload, and now they're like, oh, you know what we should do? Whack him in a spot. Let's
Yeah.
move him in slightly.